more commonly referred to as the better of the two Rhyses. And it is a huge honour to be Rhys's best man today. Before I start, a few disclaimers. For those of you expecting an epic best man speech, be prepared to be disappointed. For those of you more used to mediocre, be prepared to be less disappointed. The reason for this is threefold. Firstly, unlike my namesake here, I do not enjoy being the centre of attention. I am much more introverted, and as any introvert will tell you, public speaking is not top of our list. Secondly, as some of you will know, Rhys was actually my best man at my wedding. When he gave the speech, there was a lady that came up after his speech and accosted us and said, "That was the best speech I've ever heard." Considering this was a woman who lived through Kennedy's inauguration speech, Martin Luther King's "I Had a Dream" speech, and many other great speeches over the years, that was quite the accolade, and a one which I'm pretty sure that I can't live up to. If I'm honest with you, I will take best man speech you've heard today. And finally, I did have a great speech written, and I made a fatal mistake of reading it to my wife, and a conversation went a little bit like this. "You can't say that." Or that. "You definitely can't say that." So Rhys, you probably owe Christina a few drinks.
Thanks, Christina!
Yeah, okay. And with that out of the way, let's get started. I'd like to start by saying how great today was. I think the venue was awesome. Very, very fitting to Rhys and Lucie's personalities, and I can see why they chose the place. I thought that everybody looked great. Even Lauren's dressed up to the occasion. If I'm honest with you, I was half expecting a shirt and tie with shorts and flip-flops. Yeah. You pulled it out of the bag, Lauren. But unfortunately for you, Lauren, and for everybody else here, all eyes were only on one person today. And I was really worried that I couldn't pull off the top. Of course I'm kidding, I wasn't worried at all. And Lucie, you look pretty good too. Of course I'm joking, Lucie, you looked amazing. I think never before has the term punching well above his weight been more While I'm on the topic of Lucie, I thought I would share with you the story of the first time that I actually met Lucie. For some reason or other, it wasn't until after 7-8 months into them dating that I actually met Lucie. If I'm honest with you, for a while I thought Rhys was making it up. But I kept hearing all these great reports, but like any good best friend, I wanted to judge her for myself. And finally we all got together for a weekend at Matthew Rice's house. Oliver Thomas came dressed as the Hamburglar. True. Yeah. And I finally got to meet the elusive Lucie. And it's safe to say all the reports were true. She far exceeded my expectations. The way that she fitted in with a group of friends, which isn't easy, was unbelievable. The fact that she seemed to like Rhys's grumpy demeanour was astounding to me. I mean, we're his friends and we don't like him.
We the family and we don't. I love him.
She's not even my real mother. But Lucie, I can't think of a better fit for Rhys Davis. He is a very lucky man, and I'm so glad that he found you. Right then, on to the man of the hour, Mr. Rhys Morgan Davis, a man of many names. Johnny Five, the eagle, the badger, BMW, Forrest Grump. And more recently, thanks to a FaceTime conversation he had with my amazing 5-year-old daughter, Mr. Potato Head. I have known Rhys for longer than I care to remember. We grew up in the same valley. Our dads played rugby together. We went to the same comprehensive school. But with Rhys being 2 years older than me, it wasn't until we both attended Neath College that our friendship became what it is today. Coincidentally, around at the same time, I learned to drive and was able to ferry him back and forth. But anyway, since then there has been no looking back. We have shared so many great adventures together. I could honestly talk to you for hours. I won't. But I would like to share a few memories that I have of Rhys. I remember Rhys wowing the school assembly, playing the guitar during the school life Steadfords. I remember the poor sod who came after him who couldn't string 2 chords together. I remember working summer play schemes. I remember Rhys leaving a child behind in Techniquest. Mr. Morgan, just so you may want to put some checks and balances in when Rhys takes kids out in the future. He may have not lost a child yet, but I promise you eventually he will. I remember the many trips that Rhys made to Aberystwyth to come visit me in university, always packed up with food from my mother, which surprisingly turned up half-eaten. I remember our first Scottish trip together and the long drive home. I remember almost toppling a tuk-tuk in Thailand. For those of you interested, 3 grown men should not ride in what is essentially a wheelbarrow being pulled by a scooter. I remember mango picking in 100-degree heat, and the look that we gave each other that said we were done when I calculated that after 6 hours we'd only earned $12 Australian. Do not mango pick. I remember driving for 3 days solid just to watch an Autumn International. Yeah. I remember Rhys giving chase after I was viciously assaulted in Sydney Harbour by a woman swinging a belt. Only for her to pick up a broken beer bottle and chase Rhys into the I remember being asked to leave a nightclub through the back door after Rhys stepped in to defend a stranger who was being bullied by some guy on the dance floor, only for it to turn out that that guy apparently knew every single other person in the nightclub apart from us. I would like to say I remember the New Zealand Lions tour of 05. I would be lying. The bits that I do remember were amazing. In fact, if it wasn't for Rhys's inability to not speak to every single person we met, then I wouldn't have gotten a wife out of the New Zealand. I also wouldn't now be living in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I remember so many warnings waking up, trying to remember the night before. I honestly, if I'm ever famous enough to write an autobiography, then I will seriously have to dedicate several chapters just to this one. I'm about done, but before I go, I would like to share one more story with you. For those of you who don't know, during Rhys's school years, he was partial to a bit of musical theatre. He starred in many school productions, but for some reason, I can't fathom why, he was always typecast as the villain. No more so than when he was cast as Judas Iscariot. When I think back to this, it makes me laugh because Unlike Judas, who sold his friend out for 30 pieces of silver, I genuinely believe Rhys would move heaven and earth for those that he loved. He would complain along the way. He would do it. Aside from my family, no other single person has had such an impact on my life. And for that, I love you like a brother. Lucie, if he is half a good a husband as he has been a best friend, you're going to do just fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I really want to sit down and have a beer. I wish you a long, happy, prosperous marriage. You're going to do just fine. It is quite the ride, trust me. There are a lot of ups and downs, but you guys will do fine. Ladies and gentlemen, could you please charge your glasses, be upstanding and join me in a toast to the bride and groom, Rhys and Lucie.
Rhys and Lucie.